Okay, so today what we're doing is taking off the headers, the old exhaust, and ultimately replacing it with a new set of hooker headers, which are in a box over here. So the first thing you want to do, and it's hard to see in here, basically, as you can see here, I took all my spark plugs off. So this way these will slip down. You don't have a lot of space in a Cougar. It's very tight. Sometimes the only joy of having this car restored is that it looks super cool once it's done. But getting there, it's no fun. As you can see, there's not a lot of room in the engine compartment. So we got our spark plugs off, so we don't have them in the way trying to get the header down. As you can see over here, even getting it slightly down, it's not a lot. I mean, again, you have very little space between this shock tower, like metal wall here, and the actual header pipes. And then there's hoses there, the vacuum hoses for the headlight covers and things of that nature. So you get the spark plugs out, you get all your bolts out, which were in here. And I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there's your header sort of hanging down in there. And it moves readily now. See? So got your header down. It's the hard side. It's the fun part. Here's the other side. Next thing we're attacking is the exhaust system. Now, what I already did was I took the Sawzall, went under the car, and just cut it clean. We already had the headers undone. Didn't break a bolt, which is nice. So let's come over here and take a look. So over here, as you can see, that's what happens when a header stays on the car too long. All deteriorated. And then we got a new set of headers put on there. Here's the old exhaust side pipe situation. I wanted to show you this knob that was hanging out on the transmission. It held me up from getting my headers out at the time. I pulled it out altogether and never put it back, but if you have an opinion or you know exactly what this part is, please feel free to share. As you well know, we have our steering right here. Okay, you got this wall here with all this garbage, and you got your brakes, so you can't really pull it in through the top. Then under here, we have this control valve stuff. So let's see if I can point to it. See these hoses hanging? They go up on that control valve. You got this shock arm. I gotta find the name of it to be more specific. But that is hanging up here. Okay, and you gotta take all that down for the header, just to sort of slide out from where it was. It was up there like that. So you pull it out, slide it down, and you turn it, and boom. Finally got the driver's side header out. Okay, so I got the headers. They're all done. I used the 2000 degrees Fahrenheit VHT acrylic paint and primer. So it's not always guaranteed that this is going to hold. This might burn off and turn white, but you know, for a nice set of inexpensive headers, hooker headers, it might hold for a while, especially since it's a garage kept car at this point. It's only going to have very little weathering to it anyway. So I'll show you where I'm putting them. You pretty much know, and we'll take it from there. Okay, and here we are. Again, I don't know how good a view you're going to see, but let's see what happens. You turn them up. You turn them up like that. Push them up in here. Okay. Okay, here's where it gets tricky. Take them back down. Touch them up a little bit. come back here. There we go. Okay, now we'll just go up top and pull them through. And there they are. And I show you this side because this is the hard side, the driver's side. I took the valve covers off just because I wanted to clean the surface before I put them back. So, can you see from here? Do I have a good angle? Boom, I do. But the camera won't fall. Okay. Just slide them in there. And bang. Granted, a little scuffing on the header now. We'll clean that up. So we'll stick our gasket in here. Stick our bolts in. Pop it on the head. And then the other side I'm not going to bother showing you. Basically, they slide right up. There's really nothing going on the other side. I mean, it's, if you have a Cougar, you're working on a car, you know. Look at all that space down there. It's just, if we had that on the other side, we wouldn't be talking about this. So one of the things you deal with a lot of times with old engines, and a lot of old parts on old cars in general, are your threads sort of getting just screwed up to the point where you can't get it in there without forcing it. And God forbid you force it too far, you could end up breaking the bolt. The bolt's broken inside a major component like a head. And now you have to go to a machine shop, get them to get it out, because it's just not easy for a person in a regular home like ourselves to do this. So we have tap and die sets, and here's a matching set right now. So the die cleans off threads of your bolts, whereas the tap will go into the engine itself and clean the thread hole so that it goes in nice and easy, and then that way you don't have to worry about breaking any bolts off in there. So one of the things I want to point out, the frame was kind of pushing into these headers on this particular pipe. So as you can see, I beat it in a little with a hammer, paint it back over it. I don't think it's going to cause a problem. This would be one thing that if anybody has any suggestions, I got a set of hooker headers myself. I have a picture I'll put online to show how I thought they were perfectly matched up. And what ended up happening was over here, let's walk over together. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it's not obvious until I get it in. But down there, and you're not going to be able to see it very clearly, but there's this part of the frame down here. And that's what it was pushing up against, and it couldn't tighten down correctly when I was trying to get the headers on. So I'll get back to you later on that thing. Okay, so here we're going to do the exhaust system, and in the exhaust system, and what you see here are 4 pieces. This piece is the pipe that goes from your muffler over the rear wheel bell housing and to the back. Got your muffler here, which goes to this pipe, and then this pipe with this beveled edge has a collector that goes on it. It'll hook it up to your headers. I'll show you. So you'll hook this up, and if this is the front of your car, you will be putting it so it was going to the end of the outside of your car, hooking this pipe to bank it in, hit the muffler, and then the muffler goes and takes it to the back. At that point, you take some of these hangers and you use your U-bolts and the hanger. You're going to bolt this hanger somewhere on the body of your car, under the car, and then that'll hold everything in place. It'll help adjust the parts so that they're coming out nice and straight. I hooked up the driver's side already, so I just wanted you to see the other side. Basically do the opposite to the driver's side. Obviously you're going the other direction, and you get it all hooked up. So in case it seems like a puzzle when you receive it from Summit, that's your answer. So a little footnote about my situation with buying this particular exhaust. The edge had too much bevel in it. There was too much metal sticking out on all the sides, and when I would go and end up hooking it up to the headers, I couldn't get one of the bolts in. I could get two, but not the third. So what I ended up deciding to do is take a grinding type of stone on the end of a drill, and I would just shave it down on all three sides with this on, and that would go and give me plenty of space so that the bolts would have plenty of room coming through. As you can see here, before I could not get them all to fit through perfectly, and now voila, we have all three bolts in there, no problem at all, nothing holding it up, and that's it. So if you have this kind of problem, you can't send it back, you already got it dirty, messed it up, just go get yourself one of those stones. You can also use a grinding wheel. I have a grinding wheel. Currently it is not working, so I ended up using a nice high-speed drill, stuck in a little grinding wheel bit on there, grinded everything down just on the three edges. You could do the whole thing, it's up to you how far you want to go.